This morning, a powerful story of hope and medical innovation. A groundbreaking clinical trial based right here in St. Louis is showing promise in stopping leukemia before it starts.
Patients tell me the results have offered them something they never thought would be possible.
It's given me back my life.
Joe Rage's journey began over a decade ago when test results showed his blood levels beginning to decline. He was then diagnosed with a condition that carried a 95% chance of turning into the disease that took his brother's life.
My older brother passed away when he was 40 years old from leukemia.
Rage thought that was his same fate until his doctors told him about a clinical trial created thousands of miles away from his California home.
It really is devastating to someone's life when they get leukemia, and our only curative approach is bone marrow transplant, which is really hard to go through.
That's why Dr. Kelly Bolton at Washington University School of Medicine had the idea to not wait for the cancer to develop. Instead, try targeting genetic mutations years earlier.
If we could move these targeted therapies earlier in cancer development, like before people actually get cancer, but where they still have these pre-cancerous genetic changes, probably the targeted therapies would work better.
From there, Dr. Bolton's 2 preventative cancer trials were born. One trial focusing on patients just like Ragey who have a pre-leukemic blood condition and mutation known as IDH1, which is a mutation that can be detected long before leukemia even appears.
We've had really great response rates, like about 90% of people respond. We actually see clearance of the mutation in the blood over time in the patients that are on the study.
And that's exactly the results Ragey has seen. And all he has to do is take 2 pills a day.
I've been in the study for 2.5 years now, and every 3 months my blood is normal, 100% normal. Which is like, they're going, what? This is like unheard of.
Both of Dr. Bolton's trials are being funded by Gateway for Cancer Research. The nonprofit's vision is to shape a world in which a cancer diagnosis is no longer feared.
We funded over $125 million in over 250 clinical trials at cancer centers around the world. And Gateway is unique because 100% of donations directly fund innovative research.
Hunter Patton-Gentert with Gateway for Cancer Research says there are several reasons Dr. Bolton's trial is innovative. One is that it's completely decentralized, meaning patients all across the country can participate without traveling.
This allows the patients to never have to leave their community and never step foot in St. Louis to participate in this trial.
For Dr. Bolton, the hope is that these results will lead to national guidelines, recognizing leukemia prevention as a standard treatment.
So I hope this will be an example of how this could actually work.
And as for Ragey, this trial gave him a priceless memory he didn't know he'd live to experience. Walking his daughter down the aisle.
I was worried I wasn't going to be able to go to that wedding because I'd be too sick. I'm not in the hospital. I'm not dying of leukemia.
Well, it's pretty amazing. Dr. Bolton is hopeful this trial will really pave the way for more cancer prevention studies. Right now, she's recruiting for her second trial. Another little nugget that I think makes this story even more special. Dr. Bolton's dad died of leukemia, and she said when she went into med school, she did not want to do oncology, and she specifically did not want to do anything related to leukemia, and look what she's done now. And I said to her, I go, I'm sure your dad's so proud of you, and she goes, it does make it that much more special. So it's really cool. There were so many parts of this story, learning more about it. I mean, the trial itself is groundbreaking. The fact that they're stopping this cancer before it starts, and leukemia is incredibly hard to treat. Bone marrow is really hard. Bone marrow transplant's really hard to go through. A lot of people get diagnosed later in life, and they just ultimately do pass away. So this is really, really cool. And again, happening right here in St. Louis.
Happening here. That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got to do that story.
Yes,
it's amazing.
It's really amazing.
Oh, wow. All right, well, we got to switch gears and get serious about our